The Chairman CEO, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NIDCOM, Honorable Abike Dabiru Erewa says the Commission's core mandate is to protect and promote the interests of about 20 million Nigerians in diaspora and also to harness their skills, talent, resources, and global exposure, as well as network for national development. The NIDCOM boss stated this at the annual International Convention on Migration and Sustainable Development organized by the National Open University of Nigeria, NOUN, details soon, and the Zumunta Association USA, to ensure a successful hosting of its national convention, has held a strategic meeting with Chief Host, Governor Abdullahi Sule of Nasarawa State. Details soon. Not forgetting our complimentary segment of health tips by Association of Nigerian Physicians in the Americas and our diaspora of the moment. This is your favorite show, The Diaspora, and I am Khadija Bamali, your anchor. Please stay. Welcome back. Let's begin with the welcome address by the Director, Center of Excellence in Migration and Global Studies, National Open University of Nigeria, NOUN, Professor Gloria Aneto.
Migration, we all know, cuts across all disciplines in academia, irrespective of your course of study. And interest is always the key in achieving a fruitful migration issue delivery. Permit me to say that migration and education have been closely linked since the beginning of education. Migration brought about formal education to most parts of the world and still drives education till the present.
The Vice Chancellor, NOUN, Professor Olufemi Peters, gave the opening address.
It's my opinion that this conference will provide us with a unique platform to engage in meaningful discussions, share innovative research, and explore practical solutions to the challenges of migration and sustainable development. It is an opportunity for academics, policymakers, development practitioners, migration experts to deliberate on best practices, exchange ideas, and propose forward-looking strategies that will shape policies and actions at both national and global levels.
Chairman of the occasion and Minister of State, Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, Dr. Yusuf Sunumu, declared the National Convention on Migration open.
As a ministry, we will continue to support all efforts that will ensure that migrants and internally displaced persons are also given their due consideration, and we have already deployed programs and agenda that will ensure that we provide durable solutions in interactions with migrants and internally displaced persons. It is my humble pleasure to use this opportunity and very privileged to declare this conference open.
The Chairman CEO, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NIDCOM, Honorable Abike Dabiru Erewa stated that the theme of the convention resonates with the Commission's core mandate.
I'll just stress the importance of what we do at the Commission, which is what we've all said, diaspora engagement. JAPA is not necessarily a bad thing, but how do we tap into the positivity of migration? And ask ourselves, as we go into this workshop, why would you get on a boat? Dangerously, to go to another country. Because a lot of people who do that are looking for hope in hopelessness. Survival. You want to run away from poverty or employment. But at the end of the day, what you're running to is probably worse from what you're running away from. So as we go into this conversation, let's look at how together, as we all start sitting here, we can put a stop to irregular migration. And I think a lot of it has to do with awareness.
Nigeria can harness its intellectual assets. Many countries across the globe today are benefiting. China, India, so many of them, from their diaspora community. because these people leave their countries, go to foreign countries, learn, contribute, acquire knowledge, acquire wealth, and they give back to their own communities. They return with their international intellectual talent, not just the financial disbursements or remittances that they send home. And that way, they are able to translate the things they saw, the developments they witnessed or experienced, and to translate them to their countries. We hope this conference will focus more sharply on these positive aspects of migration, and I look forward to a very fruitful experience here today.
Migration plays a vital role in sustainable development, with migrants contributing significantly to both their countries of origin and destination. In developed economies such as the United Kingdom and the United States, Nigerian migrants have made remarkable contributions, particularly in the healthcare and technology sectors. According to UK's National Health Services, Nigeria constitutes a significant portion of the foreign trained medical workforce, with over 8,000 Nigerian trained medical professionals registered with the General Medical Council as of 2023. Similarly, in the United States, Nigerian professionals are excelling in STEM fields, with Nigerian Americans among the most educated immigrants group, according to data from the Migration Policy Institute.
There's a lot more we can do together, as our sister told us just a minute ago. From the successes of immigrant and diaspora members in Africa mostly, coming from Nigeria, going to the world, and overseas, to the entrepreneurial effort of the returnees in Edo State, who have created jobs, to the contribution of Filipino migrant workers in Abuja, Italian migrant workers in Lagos, and so on and so forth. From the contribution of the refugees from Cameroon in Benue State, migrants to and from Nigeria are change makers.
Let me very specially talk about, I simply call her my sister, the chairman, chief executive of Nigeria Diaspora Commission, the wonderful, honorable Abike Dabiri-Erewa. I say wonderful because, to be honest, for somebody who had no idea about what that commission could do, you would have been a complete failure at takeoff. But she's given inspiration about the purpose of that place, and she's going places. For all of us Nigerians, we should be proud of what we represent. I would not like to relate with any Nigerian that because you go to what you consider a better environment, that all back at home is rubbish. God forbid. We must reject that and portray Nigeria in the best of image.
The keynote address was delivered by Dr. Emeka Obiezu.
If you want to do sustainable migration development nexus discourse that also contribute to sustainable development, first you have to define development beyond economic terms. In other words, you have to use that multi-sectoral approach proposed by Anita Singh and their group that said development is not just about resources that help somebody to get somewhere, but also includes the social well-being of that individual. In that case, if a person is not integrated into the society, either where he is as a migrant or where he has returned as his host country, such a person is also deficient in development as the case may be, just as we are talking about political and governance electoral rights. And so, having said that, we also said in terms of conceptualization, understanding migration and development should also look at all this holistic approach of internal migration, knowing that in the statistics of over 1 billion people who are on the move, about 760 million of these people are moving internally. And these internal movements are contributing substantially to development in those areas.
This award of honor is in recognition of your tireless fight for the life of migrants beyond the shore of Nigeria. Congratulations.
I say nobody should sleep until the identities of these people are revealed.
Who are these people and what are they doing in our country?
Many of them are migrants.
My name is Joseph, and I am a Nigerian and Congolese clothes maker. Without me, the world would go naked.
I am Anima.
And I am Zita.
We are professors of letters.
Without us, the world would be soulless.
I am Ahmed.
And I am Anthony.
We are traders, and we travel east, west, north, and south.
I am Zainab.
And I am Fatima. We are international relations students from Ghana.
I am Jide, and I am a physician. You see, we follow the good name of your nation. We live and work among you, sustaining Nigeria's development through our professions and our studies.
NIDCOM, being the lead agency and facilitator of the Zumunta Association USA Incorporated. The secretary to the commission, Engineer Sule Yakubu Basi, represented the chairman CEO, Honorable Abike Dabiru Erewa, at the meeting with the Nasarawa State Governor, Abdullahi Sule.
The Board of Trustees of Zumunta Association USA Incorporated decided that this year, as part of the annual general meeting of Zumunta, it should be moved to Nigeria. They contacted NIDCOM. NIDCOM, the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, is the embassy of all diasporans in Nigeria. So they contacted NIDCOM and did ask us that this is their thought. They would like to have the annual general meeting and convention here in Nigeria in 2025. And we were so happy with that, because one of our major objectives as NIDCOM is to engage with Nigerians in the diaspora with a view to helping them to engage with Nigeria. And there are many, many Zumunta people that have been crisscrossing back and forth, including your humble self, sir, between the US and Nigeria. And we found this very, very interesting suggestion and took it on board and started working on actualizing it. At our preliminary meetings, we decided that to actualize this, it will be good to take it to a place where we have a foothold. And that was why we decided that Lafia in Nasarawa State should be a very good venue to have this once in a long while Zumunta annual general meeting in Nigeria, sir. And with the new road expanded and done, we discovered Lafia is just barely 2 hours from here. We want to thank you for receiving us. We want to congratulate you for the very, very good job you are doing in Nasarawa State. We at NIDCOM have followed you on a day-by-day basis over the past 5+ years. And that was why last year the committee on the National Diaspora Merit Award decided that, look, Engineer Abdullahi Sule deserves to be given a National Diaspora Merit Award. And that was conferred on you in July last year, 2024. And so coming here for us from NIDCOM is coming to one of our honorees. So we thank you very much for the good job you are doing in engineering and also in leadership.
NIDCOM that was created for all diasporas, is taking it. I told Honorable Dabiri a long time ago, when she left the House of Reps to come and start this diaspora thing, that she was doing a wonderful job, and now I can see that she is doing even a more wonderful job, with the way that she has taken it and she has carried, the commission to where it is today. So I really want to congratulate her and you, members of the management, and all those who are continue to make NITCOM what it is. This is a wonderful, wonderful thing, and I'm so happy that you are doing that. I also want to congratulate my colleagues, the members of Zumunta, who have returned and yet showing great amount of interest about what is happening in Zumunta. I have every reason to make it one of the best conventions that you are going to have. And the only way I can do that is if I know my limitations, what is expected of me, so that I'm ready to do that. If you ask me something that I cannot do, I will say, okay, this one you have to take it out. We can't do this one. This one we can do, so that it becomes crystal clear. So when you come, then you are coming straight into something that I'm comfortable that we are in it. So I really congratulate every one of you. I thank you for the award last year. So thank you very much, and God bless you.
Let's take a short break. The diaspora continues shortly.
That because you go to what you consider a better environment, that all back at home is rubbish, God forbid, we must reject that and portray Nigeria in the best of image. There are great prospects for this country. We all have responsibility to make it greater. God bless you.
Welcome back. Up next is our health tips segment with AMPA Doctor.
Sickle cell disease is an inherited blood cell disorder, specifically red blood cell. So in your body, you have white blood cells that help prevent infection. You have platelets that help prevent injury, to help you to heal. And then you have red blood cells, which supply oxygen throughout your body. In a person without sickle cell disease, their red blood cells are perfectly round and flexible, so they can move through the body without any issues. A person with sickle cell disease, the red blood cells are sickled or crescent shape, given the name of the disease, and they have problems traveling through different sizes or different blood vessels of different sizes. So it can really impact your major organs. It can cause problems involving swelling of the lower extremities and the hands. It can cause organ damage to your kidneys. It can cause stroke. It can cause heart disease. So it makes a major impact, especially people with ethnic connections to Africa, the Middle East, the Mediterranean Basin, and India.
How is sickle cell disease diagnosed?
It's really easy to diagnose. It's a simple blood test that can be done at a lab or even at a point of care center. In more developed countries like the United States, we do screenings on newborn babies as part of the state's newborn screening program. That way you can identify a person or a baby with sickle cell disease right within a few days of life, even within a week maximum. In other parts of the world, particularly Nigeria, I've heard there's certain hurdles in terms of trying to get a program that can do the same thing and get the same results.
What are some health interventions used to treat sickle cell disease?
So initially, especially if you identify a baby within a few days of life, the easiest intervention is giving penicillin, which is an antibiotic geared toward preventing infections. When you have sickle cell disease, you're predisposed or vulnerable to certain bacteria that's in the community. Things like strep, things like staph, those can predispose a person with sickle cell disease to very serious problems and hospitalizations.
And now to our diaspora of the moment, with Shaliwa Ajula presenting.
Our diaspora of the moment is Noel Ifeanyi Alumona. Noel is a Nigerian student who hails from Enugu State, Nigeria. Noel, who is studying in Vanderbilt University, United States, went home with a cash prize of $10,000 in recognition of his vigorous campaign to end violence against women and girls through proper orientation of boys on responsible behavior. The AFS Award for Young Global Citizens recognizes the work of young people around the world for their commitment in improving the global community and contributing to a more just, peaceful, and tolerant world. Noel became the first African to win the prize since its inception in 1914. The award was presented during the International Youth Day organized by the United Nations Global Communications Department, the AFS Intercultural Programs, and the Youth Assembly at the United Nations headquarters in New York. He is also a 2018 Obama Foundation Fellow of the African Leaders Program. On October 1st, 2018, he formed the Boys Champions as a youth-focused group committed to providing safe environment for young boys and training them to become part of the solution to ending societal violence and prejudice against women and girls in Nigerian communities. Noel, who is presently pursuing a graduate degree in special education in the United States, said he has remained passionate about youth development, education, and more specifically on ways to improve access to quality education in underdeserved communities. He is also a recipient of the AFS Award for Young Global Citizens at the United Nations in New York, African Youth Award, Nigerian Goodwill Ambassador Award, Volunteer of the Year Award by Appreciate African Network, Beijing, China. Congratulations, Noel. We celebrate you as our diaspora of the moment.
This is the Diaspora for this week. Keep a date with us next week for another interesting episode of your favorite show, The Diaspora. I remain your anchor, Khadija Bamali. Stay positive.